Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about the second chakra and why it's important. I mean, so many people have talked about, I don't know what my purpose is on the planet or why I'm here, and I feel really bored in my job, or my boss is really picking on me and I don't really get that much joy out of going to work. How many people do you know like that? It's a really common problem, and these are all second chakra issues. You've lost your enthusiasm and your joy and your fun in life. Well, you have it so naturally when we're children. We know what lights us up, what kinds of music we like to listen to, what kind of snacks we enjoy, what kinds of activities fill our day that make us happy. But when we become adults and we're starting to become more responsible for our families, sometimes that creative impulse gets lost. But it doesn't have to be that way. We can remain creative and fun-loving and enjoy life even as adults, and that doesn't necessarily mean checking out or partying and doing things that numb us out or shirk our responsibilities, but productive, happy, fun things that get us back into the spirit of being a fun person without necessarily doing damage to our health or to our relationships with people around us. So when was the last time you went and took a walk in the park, for example, or that you picked up an instrument and played your piano music or the guitar, or have you done any painting recently? Do you draw? Do you do improv? Do you act? Whatever it was that you were good at in school, and we usually all have something, whether it's a sport or it's an art form or something that we were good at, that we excelled, but we actually put it on the back burner. And even artists sometimes may run into this, where they're so focused on the practical elements of selling their art or making their career happen that they lose that spark for the art that they had in the first place when they were studying it. The trick to this is you need to reinvigorate your life. You need to add a bit more fun into your life. And that could be anywhere from scheduling time to do something small like take a walk, or it could be a huge transformation where it's time to change your career. Your spirit will know best which direction to take in life, if you need a small intervention or a large one. And sometimes we may think we need a large intervention, we may think we need to change our jobs, but really what we might need is just a little bit of time off and take a nap and go for walks and have fun with friends. And those things can actually recharge us, and then we'll be happy returning to our day job. It's also important to keep in mind that if the small things that used to reinvigorate you are not reinvigorating you anymore, it may be time to change it up. You may need a different activity. For example, if you're always swimming at the pool for your form of fitness and your form of self-care, maybe you need to change it up and try yoga or try running. We all need to change our systems for self-care every now and again, because the old way may become boring after a while. And so that doesn't mean we want to completely lose our good habits, but we may just want to shake them up a little bit and try something different. Or if you're meditating in the morning and maybe that time of day starts to feel stagnant, like you're not doing anything or focusing in that time of morning, maybe you need to change the time slightly. Maybe you need to skip breakfast and go straight into meditation in the morning. Or if you've been straight meditating in the morning, maybe it's time to schedule in a little bit of coffee and breakfast before you jump into your meditation. Whatever that change is, it will make a difference. And it's worth exploring these different flexible ideas, because what they'll do is they'll put the fire back in your fireplace. Again, the element of the second chakra is water. So if you're a water element in your Chinese horoscope, and the Chinese horoscopes have so they go in 12-year intervals, but each 12-year interval has its own element, like fire or water and metal. And so one of the elements in the Chinese horoscope is water. And water represents flexibility, it represents creativity, and that you're able to go with the flow and move in certain directions in your life that may be very uncomfortable for people who have a different primary element, such as wood. People who have the primary element of wood tend to settle down and stay in one place for most of their lives. But people with the water element are more likely to be flexible and move. But regardless of whatever 12-year era you're born into, really your destiny is yours. It's just something interesting to look up and learn about. But the symbolism of water, my point being, is that it gives you that flexibility and that creativity to move and do something different with your life. And that's what the second chakra represents. If you don't have that ability to be flexible and move or change your life in any way, sooner or later your life will grow stagnant, even if you have a really good life. So it's up to us to decide, how are we going to become more playful in our lives? How are we going to enjoy our lives as adults and yet still fulfill our responsibilities to others and show up in the ways that we need to as adults? It doesn't all have to be very boring and sacrificing yourself for others, and that's classically what a lot of women will do, especially when we stay at home, is we sacrifice our careers, our creativity, our true selves for our family, unless you really, really want to be there, which a few women do, but it's getting more rare. I think instead of looking for the big shift though, we don't necessarily have to leave the family behind or shirk our responsibilities necessarily. We could delegate a little bit and show people how we're doing some of the chores so we have a little bit less on our plates and be a little bit smarter about scheduling all of that work. But we could also just build in little pockets of time where we go sneak away and read a book. We go on our bikes for a ride. We go for a walk in the woods. And these things can add up and make a really big difference and make you feel really happy for the rest of the day when you go home and you do fulfill your responsibilities. So I hope you all enjoyed my discussion of the second chakra, and I hope it all made sense about what are some of the practical activities we can do to heal that second chakra. There are many. Basically any version of fun, whether it's quiet and you're painting and you're writing in somewhere in a quiet corner, or it's loud, but like you're playing on a team sport. All of these activities are helpful in different ways, and depending on what you need, could be very healing for your second chakra. So if you liked this video, definitely click like, and don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to learn more about the chakras. And next week I'm going into more detail about the third chakra. I hope you have a great day and take care. Bye now.